All right, Colin, how's it going?
Very good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, good. Good to be here at the Champions of Champions.
Absolutely brilliant. It's cracking, isn't it? It's tough.
It's the first time I've been at this event. I was meant to come last year and couldn't make it. And when I was offered this year, hands down, I was like, I'm coming. And when I walked in and saw the setups, it was just unbelievable.
And I bet it surprised you as well, the big names that are out there. You know, they're perhaps not big names in terms of the guys that we get to see today in the PDC, but they've played in the PDC circuit, played in World Championships, played in the BDO World Championships and whatever. And it's a tough event, but it's great to go out there and watch it and be part of it because there's a great buzz out there, isn't there? There's a great atmosphere.
Oh, the atmosphere was fantastic.
Yeah.
For me, it's the amateur darters who have managed to qualify for this competition. And like you said, there's legends out there. There's people who've played in the PDC. Jim Williams, unfortunately, he's shows you how hard it is. He's gone out in the first round, 212 darters, and he's on his way home.
Well, listen, that's the lovely thing about this event. You're not guaranteed, and nor should you be. Any top class sport, you shouldn't be guaranteed like a buy of any sort. You should go out there and you've got to start at the nitty gritty. The tough bit was to qualify.
Yeah. 100%.
Then when you walk in the door, open draw, no one's seeded. You go out there and you think, oof. And then, you see
it's an unknown quantity, isn't it? You don't know. Like these pros, then Neil Duffy, and they're standing next to guys, they don't know who they are.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
They've not seen them week in, week out. Yeah. And that unknown quantity. I mean, I've seen guys in our venues hitting 95, 98 averages on an ADC event through the week, you know? Yeah. So I think for them to get a good start, win the bowl, get a leg under the belt, it gives them confidence. But the pressure out there must be unbelievable.
Well, there's huge pressure on the name sort of players out there. Robert Thornton's out there.
Yeah.
You know, Grand Prix champion, UK Open champion and whatever. The great thing about Robert, he doesn't feel the pressure that much, you know. And he goes out there, but he also knows that it's tough because it is only best of three. You can chat with Bobby George about that. You know, he won one of the News of the Worlds without actually dropping a leg throughout the whole event, and that really takes some doing. But listen, it's a tournament that Red Dragon put on. It's a fantastic tournament. There's qualifiers to get here, and then if you do manage to get here, there's £10,000 up for grabs. A beautiful trophy, and you get some recognition. You know, people forget you've got Johnny Clayton, Gezi Price as former champions. Yeah. You know, look what they've gone on to do.
And this is kind of, do you think this is for the top amateurs? Is this kind of a stepping stone to give them the confidence to maybe go to Q school after this, or if they win this competition?
Yeah, I mean, this is a big tournament on that road. You know, there's other tournaments you can go to. There's ADC events and all things like that, and there's Challenge Tour, there's Development Tour. There's loads of different things that you can go to. I've always been a big believer that if you want to reach the very top or get to somewhere near it, you have to take yourself out of your comfort zone. You know, you may be the best around in your town. That's great.
Yeah. Do
you want to go further, or are you just happy doing that? Become then one of the best in your county. Then become the best in your surrounding counties.
Yeah.
And push on. Just see how far you can go. That's exactly what I done. I just pushed and let's see how far I can take this.
Yeah.
And I was very happy with the career that I had.
So I mean, the young darters that are coming through now, obviously darts is way up again. We know it goes in peaks and troughs. Thankfully, it's heading in the right direction again.
Yeah.
What advice would you give for the young kids now coming into the game playing darts?
Just you've got to enjoy it. You have to enjoy it. And the one thing I would say to parents more than anything is don't push them, encourage them.
Yeah.
Encourage them with the darts, you know, because it might get to a point where they've done so much and then all of a sudden they might go, I don't really like this anymore. I want to do something else.
And that's what kids do.
Yeah, that is what they do. But listen, there's great things out there waiting for you on the professional dart circuit. But like I say, just encourage the kids, guide them along nicely. If the parents have time, go to the events with them. But like I say, just not nurture them, because when they get to sort of like 14, 15, 16, you know, they're there with their mates and whatever, and you know, and it's the same with the young ladies as well.
Yeah.
As well as the fellas, you know, they're with their mum, like, dad, stop, you know. But if they've got it in them, if they've got that fire in their belly that they want to achieve, the world's their oyster. They can just keep practicing, practice. Enter everything.
Yeah.
Everything that you could enter. Listen, if you get beat first round, you get beat first round.
It's all that experience, isn't it?
Yeah. In a week or two's time, you could go. You might end up getting to the final.
Yeah.
And 2 weeks ago, you were absolutely devastated and gutted. 2 weeks later, you got the biggest smile. And, I made the final.
Yeah.
All right, I didn't win it, but I made the final. And you have that belief in yourself.
All stepping stones, isn't it?
Well, of course it is. Yeah. Yeah. You don't get you get exceptional people in sport that make it at a truly young age. Exceptional people. But other times, I mean, Dennis Priestley, the legend that is Dennis Priestley.
Yeah.
I think Dennis Priestley played his first World Championships. I think he was something like 43, 44 years old.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It speaks volumes, doesn't it?
It just shows you it's never too late.
Yeah, and not only did he play it, he won it. You know, so, you know, just keep believing.
Yeah.
Keep believing, because hopefully at some point or another, the pendulum will swing your way, and then you'll start getting the results, and you can build on the results. And listen, the very best to any young aspiring little pro out there that wants to make it on the dart circuit, because believe you me, it's a very, very good life.
Yeah, it's very competitive.
Yeah.
There's lots of people. We've got an academy, Family Darts Academy in Newport in Wales, which I started back in January. 3 of the kids have qualified to represent Wales B at the Junior World Championships in Gibraltar, and it's now showing the kids what is achievable. Yeah. It's not just turning up on a Saturday and throwing darts. If you're actually keen, this is the avenues you can pursue. Yeah.
Well, you only have to look at like Winmore, like with the 360.
Yeah.
You know, they're encouraging. People not only see Winmore Red Dragon on the elite players, no, they're going right down to the youngsters as well. They're encouraging the youngsters. They want them to be part of it. Academies. Get yourself as part of an academy. Yeah. You know, get yourself there.
What Winmore are doing with 360, you know, identifying the youngsters and bringing them on in the correct manner. Yeah. And that's the time to get them, where they're not making the early mistakes. They're nurturing them, showing them the correct route, the way to behave. You know, it's
well, then those little mistakes that you talk about at a very young level, you can iron that all out. Yeah. And then in my eyes, they sometimes can become the ultimate pro. And listen, the only other bit of advice I'd give is you're always learning. You're always learning. There's always someone done something different to what you've done, and you go, oh, that's interesting. And so yeah, if someone's willing to stand there and give you advice, whether you think it's right or wrong, just be a sponge. Just soak it all in. Soak it all in.
Superb. Thanks, Colin.
Lovely. More welcome. Thank you.
Cheers.